Hey guys, Suptoys here, and today I have for you the Titano Charge Megazord from Power Rangers Dino Charge. So let's take a quick look at the box in here. And then different modes he has, which we'll cover. The back here, again different modes, artwork, type of combinations, gets recovered, and collect all those Dino Charge batteries. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Anyways, moving on. So this will be kind of a lengthy review, but not really. So let's move on here. So this is the Megazord in Megazord mode. Okay, sorry about the weird camera angles that I'm going to do, but I'm trying to zoom in here. Okay, there we go. So we have the head. Let's take a closer look. Okay. The chest. Zoom out a little. Let's look at that arm. That looks pretty cool. The other one. There we go. Okay, let's take a quick look at the back. I'll be covering this part in a second. And then that's pretty much it. And then you get this. Okay. And this piece is the head of the Megazord, but it's also a weapon type of thing. So pretty much in Megazord mode, he's gonna be like this, and this piece that's actually for another mode. We have this, just goes on his hand, and there you go, the Titano Charge Megazord. Okay, and then we also have the turning him into the actual Zord itself. So it's gonna be kind of like a lengthy review, like I said. But here we go. Take off the head. You just close that in. Take off the arms. You don't want to take off the feet, but there's a special thing you have to do, which I'll show you in a bit. Let me see if I can kind of. So there's a side piece right here. You can see that little black piece right there, and then that's where the piece connects. So pretty much it has 2 points. This is where this piece has to go in. Okay, so the bottom one is when it's Megazord mode, and this is when it's Zord mode. Okay, that can kind of help you out. And then we're pretty much just gonna do it like that. So this is Megazord, Zord. I mean, you have to put it in there. It helps when you put the front piece here. I mean, it sounds kind of dumb, but you can kind of leave it loose and stuff, but it really helps if you just put that in there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put everything else, those 2 pieces right there, and this actually opens up, and this is what I like. It looks kind of like a crocodile's mouth. That looks pretty cool right there. Okay, we'll talk about this more later. And then the back here, these are the back legs pretty much, the hands. Just push this down, and that's pretty much it. Just kind of rotate it, and that's pretty much it. It goes in the back again where the arms would go. We're just fixing it that it goes like that. Let me fix the other one. Okay. So this is what we have so far. The back, we get the staff looking thing. It just goes back here. Let me see if I can. Yep, zoom out. And then the front, we got this piece which we folded inside. It pretty much just slides into place. On the top here, there's nothing really to it. And this is where the battery goes, which we'll talk about a bit right now. And you just put it in the front, and there you go. So I mean, it's not that tall. Tall wise, let me kind of give you a comparison here. I mean, it's pretty tall. Okay, it's taller than the actual regular Dino Charge Megazord here. I want to say maybe, because one of these is, I want to say maybe an inch or 2 taller. But I know in the Japanese version it was way taller, but I mean, it's still pretty good size for what we paid for it. Okay, so when you put in the battery, which I'll talk about in a bit again, you actually I have to turn it to the side here a bit to see. You get a front blaster there. Okay. Let's kind of zoom in there. And that's pretty much it. No sounds or anything for that. So let's kind of look at this for a bit. So it does say number 10. And that's pretty much all it does. Alright, so let's see what sound it makes.
Titano Charger, engage! Energize! Unleash the power! Brachiosaurus! Power Ranger Silver!
So that's pretty much what the battery does. And the gimmick of the whole thing here. Okay, I mean, it's really long. I'm not going to complain about that. The length is still really long. I mean, if you try, you can put this on top here. I haven't really played with it that long, but I'm thinking there's a way you can maybe put this on top here, maybe sideways somehow. I don't know, there's a way. There's a little peg here. So when it closes, I don't know, you can figure out something. I mean, you can actually, there's ones right here, so you can put more, like, artillery, I guess you want to say, by putting the other Zords, which I do not have, but I guess we can kind of use. Nope, these do not have it, because I know the other ones, they actually have a peg that you can put on top, so you can put those on the side. I'm going to use these, for example. Okay. So you put the Zords on the side and have it kind of like an artillery, you know, weapon-based type of thing. There's nothing else really else to say about this in sword form like this. I mean, it's really long. So this is a 12-inch ruler. It's longer than a foot. I want to say it's a foot and 4 inches long, give or take a few inches. But that's pretty long. Okay, so first of all, first combination we're gonna do, on the picture, not really know the names or anything. So the first combination that we're gonna do is the one where it combines with this beauty. Now there are two swords I do not have that you need for this combination. Add right here, number 43101 and number 43102. Yes, I do not know the names. Okay, so let's do that combination. It's very simple. We're gonna put this guy on the side. And okay, so we're gonna want to do first is do the feet, which is the actual feet of the Megazord, the Titano Megazord. You get this bottom piece, you put it down. It helps with the what we're gonna do next. They're supposed to be combined with the bottom feet of this one. So again, if you've play with the other Megazords, you know what I'm talking about when you put it on the bottom. Simple peg in a hole type of thing. Next, and look how tall it is gotten. Doesn't even fit on my display thing. Next, what we want to do is get this, take this off, the back piece, and then inside it has dumbits. So it goes in here. You haven't seen, let's check this piece out right here. And then the actual, okay. For those of you that actually want to see this a little better, I'm going to do that now. Okay, so let's do this. First off, you take this off. This is supposed to go in the back of this. Well, what is that? It's supposed to be the mouthpiece of where the battery charger went. We put this on top here and we get that. Pretty much peg with peg type of thing, and there you go. That's that. And then this piece will actually attach to the back here. We have to take this out. And then this would actually slide in here like it does with the tail, which I will show you that a little bit close. So next you need the body and the staff, and then there's an actual peg on top of these, which you just connect to the bottom here. And then this part you connect to the middle of the leg supposed to be. We're supposed to be, and then you connect this to the back here. Again, there's pegs and stuff like that, and that's what the instruction says to do that here. This piece, you have to use everything. So this piece, there's a piece right there, you pull it up, and then it's supposed to just go straight in the hand. Perfect length there, and you're supposed to put a one of your Zords there, which I do not have, so I'm going to use the pink one for example. And there you go. It's supposed to be a staff type of thing, and then you put your other one up here. But that's pretty much what that does. That's that combination. Okay, moving on. I want to say it's the final charge type of thing. I want to say this is the attack mode. And then this is the final. I haven't really kept up with Titano Charge, so don't blame me here. But we're going to do the back piece now. Okay, for this one, it doesn't really say where this goes, so the staff piece, we could just put that to the side here. We pretty much have to put this back here. Okay, and then keep that there. Get this piece, open it up, connect this piece back here. There we go. There's an actual, this is supposed to go in here. Like that. Okay. And then the actual arms this time turn into kind of like a stand for this. Okay. And that's pretty much it for that. And then you get that final blast type of thing. Okay, so you've dealt with me through the whole combination. Thank you for staying this long. I know it probably wasn't the best one you got, but you got to see what it does. Kind of in a simple way. Hopefully it was fast enough for you. Let's kind of do another blast review type of thing. I know in the Japanese version you put in your own batteries in here, but this one is actually just molded in there, which I want to give you guys a closer look at. They're just molded in there, and they look like kind of like, and then you get that. They kind of look like buttons to a phone, but they don't move or anything. So I guess instead of, that's how they kind of kept the cost down. I'm not making that big, you put battery, so they kind of just did that for you. I mean, if you want, you can paint over this or something like that, but I don't know. On mine, I noticed that this piece, it's actually coming off, so it's not molded in the plastic. It's a different type of plastic. And then, yeah, it's like, yeah. This looks cool. I like that. The body itself is just a cool piece. I mean, you can, for those of you guys, can use this as an alligator mouth. I mean, you could kind of do your own thing with it. This is pretty cool. I like how these aren't the actual same molds on both. They're different molds, so I like that. Throughout the whole Megazord itself, as you can see, there's different molds. So they didn't just do one mold and said, okay, we're good with that. They actually went into detail with this. So if you want to paint over this thing, it's actually a good idea and a good investment. So that's pretty much it for this Titano Charge Megazord. Thank you for watching and staying with me. Definitely get it. And until next time, lates.